10 million homes at risk of going into foreclosure. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. Just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. So today we're going to talk about, this is insane, right? I mean, buckle up and strap in. This is like an episode of the Twilight Zone, right? We knew. These people watching here today, and if you're new, subscribe right away. Never been a more important time to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people, friends. That is a truer statement has never been said. You are going to be swallowed up by this recession if you don't get on board and get on board quick. It's too late for many. In fact, it's too late for potentially 10 million people right now at risk. And just as we are speaking right now, another one just went upside down in their purchase. The realities are this, friends. So the crisis, right? It all circles back to the crisis. During the crisis, in the bubble environment, when mainstream media outlets were reporting on the red hot housing market, and every cheerleading real estate professional in the world, because this is global, but in the world, in the U.S., we'll talk about, was telling you better buy now. You better buy now. Now, what do we see? Buyer's remorse, people going upside down on their purchases. Where are those agents now? They're gone. They're gone because if you're a real estate agent, side note, that relies purely on commissions, you have no other income other than your work as a working real estate agent, you're in big trouble. You're in really big trouble. And that is right now why I believe people like me that actually gave straight talk. I had financial gains, still working in this environment. But I let people know. Anytime the market exhibits bubble behavior, there's gonna be crash risk. Can I guarantee a crash? Of course not. Nobody can. But I believe the percentage of likelihood is extremely high. Now, real estate's local. All areas behave differently. Where I'm sitting today, an episode of $1 Million Listing. It's insane. We'll be the last to get hit in the first rebound if history's told us anything. That's a realistic expectation. Some areas that didn't have overnight appreciation and never seen before highs, they might weather the storm okay too. But most areas are going to take a big, hefty haircut. So here's my challenge, friends. Do you know, we asked it on the community page of the channel, so if you guys get a chance, jump over to the community page and participate in some of the polling. Quite educational. Do you know how many foreclosures were produced in the 2008 era? Housing crash? 10 million. 10 million foreclosures approximately were produced out of the last crash. We're in a bigger bubble now, right? We should have bigger blowback. But even if we don't, do you know how many people bought during the crisis? Do you know how many people bought at the height of the market? Do you know how many people bought in the biggest real estate bubble ever witnessed in human history? The bubble that was bigger than 2008, overnight appreciation and never seen before highs, outpaced it by a landslide. Do you know how many people bought in this bubble, the one you're sitting in today? 10 million. Over 10 million bought in this one. So wait a minute. So 10 million foreclosures were produced out of the '08 crash. And 10 million people bought in the biggest bubble ever witnessed in human history. In fact, a big percentage of them they did something they didn't do in '08 era. They went above and beyond appraised values. They brought money. They got into bidding war. That is so exposed. And how many areas now do we see recording declines? It's starting. So I know for a lot of people watching today, especially if you work in the industry, especially if you just bought and your area isn't taking the haircut. I remember in '08 seeing this moment in time where appreciation stopped. It's basically flatlining. Maybe up a tick or two, maybe down a tick or two, but no big swings, right? No big swing. I remember this. '09, 10, whenever it was, probably '08, where it started to flatline in this area that typically was like kind of more recession insulated. Not recession proof, because we ended up taking our haircut. We just took it last. I remember that. So a lot of you right now are watching saying, hey, everything's pretty, fine here. And I've seen that even from other agents who I work with here in town. Scott, because I've cats out of the bag. I mean, people know who I am. And they wanted to disagree with me. Everybody did. Everybody in my industry wanted to disagree with me. Why? Because their sales trainings told them to disagree with me. And two, they needed this time to be different. Why? Because their own livelihood depended on it. So of course, out of self-preservation, they disagreed with me. Now you know what I'm getting out of them? Well, Scott, I think it's going to be a correction. Oh, so you're willing to admit correction? What happened to, real estate ever only goes up? That's what you were telling me when I first started reporting this stuff. They said this time is different. Real estate only goes up. It's red hot. Now you tell me you think only a correction. Okay. Well, it's because we're in one, clearly. So what else can you say? So these are the people that will be chasing the market. They will be going down with the Titanic. Why? Because they are in denial, which is another way of saying drank the Kool-Aid. They drank the economic Kool-Aid. We all did at some degree, didn't we? We all drank a little bit of the economic Kool-Aid. When they were stuffing stimulus checks in our back pocket, we weren't saying no. We all took that. We all took that money and blew off a little steam, I'm sure. We all drank it at some level. So now what we're seeing, friends, is some correlation that's, I believe, personally, rhyming with 2008. Because in the 2008 era, we had a foreclosure crisis, and it gobbled up about 10 million homes. We had 10 million people buy in the biggest bubble ever produced in history in this one. But it gets better or worse, depending on how you look at it. They went above and beyond appraised values. And even if they bought prior to the bubble, if they can't keep up with their payment, they're coming to market. So the air is clearly coming out of the balloon. So some people might still have a little equity left in their house, but most people that bought in the top of this market and went above and beyond appraised values, they're upside down already. So what are they telling themselves? Weather the storm. That's what I told myself in 08. Well, real estate comes back, just weather the storm. And now they're doing what I talked about from day one of this channel. They're dragging a depreciated asset along for the ride, one hiccup away from a tailspin, where ultimately they're going to go in to foreclosure because they can no longer sell the house for what they paid for it. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested, my friends. They're shark infested. Foreclosures, welcome to the swimming pool. This thing's knocking at the door. The numbers are in. 10 million people bought in this bubble. In the last crash, we had 10 million foreclosures occur. The numbers are rhyming already again, and we're not even in official recession yet. This thing is just getting started. And I'd never suggest anybody do anything that I'm not doing myself. Insulate yourself. Expect the unexpected. It's better to have a plan and not need it than need a plan and not have it. Make sure you're living below your means. Don't extend yourself just to look good on the outside. Be willing to sacrifice now to ride off into the sunset later. Stop basing your insides on other people's outsides. That's a big trap, and it's about to gobble up 10 million people, and I'm going to be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.